Hello there, Lisa here. I have a pocket technique that I would like to share with you today. I've been working on making a bunch of garden journals, and anytime you cut into scrapbook paper or even digital paper, we always seem to end up with these strips left. So I've got a stacked pocket technique that I've been sharing with my students for years, and I'd like to share this with you because I think it's really, really useful and a great way to just use up some stuff within the project that you're already working on. This does not have to be scrapbook paper. It could be leftovers from a digital kit. It could be just darn near anything you want it to be. So the only thing I can really recommend though is that you're going to want to have three pieces that are kind of high contrast. If they're all in the same tone and colors, they really do kind of get lost on the page. So although I'm not really wild about this stripe, I'm going to use it just because I want to get it into the book and off of my table and not in my scrap box. So I'm going to go with the center signature here within this little journal that I've built, and it's just got white pages, removable inserts for a garden journal, and I'm just going to build a stacked pocket right here. I know my pages are 4 inches wide. So in order to make a pocket, I'm going to cut, I want the pocket to be 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut my pieces at 4 3/4. That gives me a 1/2 inch on each side that I can score and fold under to give myself the width of the whole pocket instead of just gluing it down. And gluing it straight down will not work with this particular technique. So let me grab my trimmer here, and we're going to cut three pieces to 4 3/4. 4 3/4. There's one, two, and all three pieces are going to be scored. So you're going to need your scoreboard next. Yeah, 4 3/4 and 3. So typically the pocket on the bottom piece here is going to be scored. Whoops, let me pull this back down. I've got a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here for this bottom pocket. And that's the one that we're going to start with. So let's go ahead and score that on 3 sides. I've got such a mess going on my work table. Y'all know what that's like. So 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. So we're scoring the bottom pocket on 3 sides, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. Just making a pocket, nothing new. These two pieces on the 4 3/4 inch side, we're going to score each side at 1/2 inch, and that's it. So 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch there, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Then you're going to need your scissors, your bone folder, and some tape. I've got score tape handy here. So we're going to start with the bottom pocket. First thing I'm going to do is remove those two corners. Right where the score lines cross, we're just going to take out that material, and we're going to fold and burnish, and then apply some adhesive to this. We need to put this bottom pocket in first before we do anything else. So let's get some tape on there. Now, typically, I would tell you that we need to tab the top edges of the pocket. Typically, that's what you do, is you cut these little corners off, right? Not this time, we're going to leave it. So we're going to put that right here at the bottom, and we're going to stick that down. The pocket can be any size you want your pocket to be. It doesn't matter what you're working on. You just make a pocket. So we're just going to stick that down right there. This next piece, I'm going to use the white one next because I want more contrast. Before I fold anything, within the 1/2 inch space that we created, we're going to measure and mark down. Let's go 2 inches. Let's go 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to go 1 3/4 inches and I'm going to make a mark. And 1 3/4 inches on this side, and I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to do the same thing for this other piece I have. 1 3/4 inches and 1 3/4 inches. And I'll talk to you about the measurements after I show you how this goes together. So I'm going to cut on that little mark I made there and that little mark that I made there, and I'm going to cut towards the bottom of this pocket. The top 1 3/4 inches is going to be the top of the pocket. This is going to be the bottom part of the pocket. So this is going to be the part I'm cutting into. I'm going to grab my scissors here and I'm going to cut up to that score line, and I'm going to angle my scissors towards the bottom and just cut. There's no precise measurement or angle here. All we're doing is removing material. That's it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Right on there, right on that little tick mark I made. And we're going to cut towards the bottom. And same thing here, cut towards the bottom. So the first couple times you do this, you might want to just make a little notation in here that this is going to be the top of your pocket and this would be the bottom of your pocket. You could put a little B right there. You're not going to see this, so make whatever notes you need so that you don't get that messed up and cut it the wrong way. All right, fold, burnish, and then we're going to tape. This is super simple, super easy. I'm just going to tape those 2 edges right here. What this does is it allows you to get a multi-pocket onto a page without the bulk of stacking paper on top of paper on top of paper. So we're going to slide this one in first, and what's going to happen is we're going to slide that right into the pocket, and it's going to stop right where we cut it, just like that. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to take that tape backing off. And we're just going to slide it right in. And it's going to stop right where it wants to stop. And you just set it down. And then this one goes in the same exact way. And it's going to stop right where it wants to stop. And I know it looks crooked, but my pages aren't exactly straight in here. So this one, this top piece, I will tab the top 2 corners on this piece here, just ever so slightly, so they don't poke out of the pocket and show. And then I'm just going to slide it right in. And there you have it. So the best part about this is you now have a pocket that goes all the way to the bottom of the page. So you could put a super long tag in there. If your pocket is wide enough, if it's wide enough this way, you could slide in, you know, the big 7-inch tags that you can actually buy them 7 inches tall. And because we've used the full width with the 1/2 inch on either side, you're going to get the full width of the pocket. Now you can notch these out with your thumb punch or circle punch or whatever you wanted to do. You could add lace to these edges here. And again, each one of your pockets goes all the way down to the bottom. It goes all the way down to here. As far as measurements go, it looks the best if these are somewhere between 1 3/4 inches and 2 inches, which means you need to have at least an inch at the bottom when you cut into that so that it will slide into the pocket without popping back up. So there needs to be at least an inch from this piece here into this pocket here and an inch here down into this pocket. So just keep that in mind when you're creating this. So an inch wider than what you want the pocket to actually be, half an inch, and then just snip in and cut it off and you are good to go and you've got a stacked pocket. And the really cool part of it is it creates such a really nice slim profile. It doesn't add a whole lot of bulk to the inside of your book. So there it is. There's my stacked pocket. I hope you find this useful. I hope that you'll give it a try in your next journal project. And I hope to talk to you again very, very soon.